What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? It's old Cliff, man. Hey, man, I got one for y'all today. Yes. So, man, I don't know. I was about 18. Yeah, about 18 years old. Me and my buddy Drew, we got off one day. We was drinking and carrying on. We ended up at his house, and his mom didn't like me because we always get into shit. And anyway, some stuff went down. They got into it or whatever. We left, and I guess I don't know what happened, but we get up to the intersection at the town we live in, and there's a cop. Like we knew instantly, we're like that motherfucker. He finna mess with us. So sure enough, he stops us, and Drew got a deer rifle in the truck and everything, man. And so they search the truck and all that, and they don't find no drugs or nothing. And so it made me call my mama and my brother. They come pick me up, and then somebody had to come drive my buddy's truck home or whatever. And they was like, "We see y'all back out, you going to jail." We like, all right. So I went home, and my buddy went home. And then within about 30 minutes, he called me. He's like, "Hey man, forget that. I'll pick you up." So we go and ride over to the next town over, which is Gurley. We get a case of beer. We go over Kill Mountain. If you leave New Hope, go right across a mountain called Kill Mountain. You come off on the other side, and there used to be a beer store right at the bottom. So we rode over Kill Mountain and got us a case of beer, and there was some police right there at Gurley, and we thought that they was gonna bam us up over there. So we was like, man, you know what? Just hell with this. Let's just call it off and go back home, before we get in trouble. So he takes me back to New Hope, drops me off at my house. Well, when I get out at my house, my brother had a 93 LX Mustang 5.0. It was teal green, hatchback. Last year they made a LX. And man, it was fly. I mean, it would run like a scalded dog. And so when my buddy lets me out, I got the two 12 packs of beer, and they still cold. I mean, they ain't cold, but you can still tell it was cold. And so when he let me out, I looked down the street. About four houses down is where my aunt lived and my cousins now. And I could see they was having a little get together, a little party or something. All my friends and stuff was down there. So when I got out, I was walking so I took them two 12 packs and I just opened my front door and set them on the table. Well, as I was walking by to go inside, I looked in my brother's car and I seen the keys in it. I didn't have no driver's license, none of that. Now, I'm only driving four houses down to tell these people, hey, y'all come down here and party at my house. So I get out there, back out in the road, whoop, 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 showing out, raising hell. Pull in down there, and I go inside, and I was like, hey, y'all come down my house. Like, I got a whole case of beer, man, and everything. Y'all come down there, we'll throw a party down there. And they were like, all right, all right. I was like, well, I'll meet y'all down there. So as I'm getting ready to leave, I fire this old car up, and they all going, hey, get on it, man. Go, raw dog, get on that motherfucker, And I was like, all right. So I go backing up out of the driveway with it, and it was rolling in reverse. And I pushed the clutch in, started, woo, woo. Man, I put it in first and dumped it, woo, woo. And man, I pulled it in a second. And man, when I dumped that clutch in second gear and floored it, this motherfucker, I mean, it said, woo, and just turned sideways. And it went off down in a yard. These people's yards had been my neighbors for. Now, I ain't kidding you, man. They ain't but four or five houses between my aunt's and my house in a little subdivision. I mean, it ain't 70 yards down there to their house. That's how far I had to make it in this car. I back up. Like I said, she hooked sideways. And when I went down in the ditch, the back driver's side wheel matched perfectly with a round culvert underneath the driveway. So when that tire hit that culvert, it just flipped the car upside down on its roof, and the damn car slid right down in front of my house and stopped spinning, man. If I'd had a seatbelt on, I'd got a DUI and all kind of other stuff. Luckily, I didn't have a seatbelt on, and I kicked the window out, and I come crawling out. And by the time I got up and got running, all of my friends were coming out of my aunt's house to check on me, and I passed them, hollering, "Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go!" So I run up in the house and told them, I was like, "Look, y'all ain't seen me. Y'all don't know. It's a joke. Somebody stole the car or joyriding or something, but y'all ain't seen me." Boom, I get on feet back down through the woods. So I run all the way through the woods, and I know that my best friend Hank got his daddy, Huckabuck. Huckabuck got a hay barn down there. So I go through the woods and creep around and come through the back way of Huck's and go around the pond. And I get down there, and man, he got bales of hay, probably 20, 30 bales high, man. But they were like sort of like in a pyramid. So I climbed up on the top, and I got up in the top, and there was a hole in between two bales, or I mean not a hole, but like a little space. And I squeezed down in it, and I had I had my arms on each side on a bale of hay, and I could see through the woods, my neighborhood there, the blue lights. And man, them blue lights stayed down there for like 2.5, 3 hours. I don't know if they was looking for me or what all they was doing. But man, I'm gonna tell y'all, after a while, my arms started shaking from trying to hold myself up. And then finally, I seen the blue lights leave. And so when I seen the blue lights gone, I got down and I went creeping up through there, and I got up there and I was watching, and I was like, ain't no law there. I was like, but that's my damn mama and them's car. So I ease on up there, and there's my mama and my stepdaddy, and they like, get in the car. Come on, get in the car now. So I jumped in the back floorboard and laid down. They eased out. We went home. Well, the police called my brother. He was at a little club about 10, 12 miles up the road in Hampton Cove. They called my brother up, and they was like, "Hey man, where you at?" And he's like, "I'm out. Why? What's up?" And they was like, "You need to come talk to us about you wrecking your car." And he's like, "Do what?" And they was like, "Your car is upside down in front of your house on its roof." And he's like, "Say that again." The cop said, "Your car, your Mustang, is upside down on its roof in the road in front of your house, and the front door's open, and there's two 12-packs on the table cold. So either you or Michael one has done wrecked his car." And my brother's like, "Man, I'm on my way." He was hot. God dang, I'll never forget. He came to Mama and them's looking for me, gonna kill me. And man, Mama and them put me in the closet in there. And man, he tore that house up. Where's that little mother? Boy, if he'd ever got me that night, he would have tore my ass up. But I'm gonna tell you something about mamas, man. So the police like I said, that little old town I lived in had 10 cops too many than what they needed. And so by me flipping that car upside, they knew I did it, but they couldn't prove it. But by me flipping it upside down and stuff, they thought, "Oh man, he's gonna be beat up and bruised up and all that. So all we got to do is get him down there to talk to us, and we'll see. We'll charge him." And man, believe it or not, the only thing that happened is when I kicked the window out of the passenger side and crawled out, a piece of glass cut me right here pretty good, and I had a decent little gash right there. Man, listen, I swear to God, my mama broke out a bottle out of the cabinet called colloidal silver. Son, she put that silver on that little wound, and I swear to God, the next morning I got up and it was gone, y'all. Seriously, if you ever have any gashes or cuts or anything like that, go down to Walgreens and buy that colloidal silver. It's kind of expensive, but man, I'm telling you, it will work. So, but anyway, mama helped me out, got me healed up, and I called them up like 2 days later. I was like, "Hey man, why y'all running around telling everybody y'all want to talk to me and stuff?" And they're like, "Man, you know what you done did. Come on down here." So I was like, "All right, I'm on my way." I go down there, and they's like, "Where was you at?" I was like, "Man, y'all done stopped us at night and told us to go home." I was like, I went to a girl's house." They was like, what girl? I was like, my girlfriend, fool. And so my girlfriend lied for me at the time. Told him, yeah, he stayed the night at my house. And I'll never forget when I got up to leave, the old cop, his name was Ross Beasley. He's from Albertville. He said, well, I can't prove this, so I got to write it down that I can't. He said, but I know your ass done that. He said, I can't prove it. He said, but I know it was you. I said, man, I don't know what you're talking about, Bubba. But, man, listen. I'm the only motherfucker from New Hope that's ever flipped the car going 3 or 4 houses down the street, man. Flipped it straight upside. I mean, on the roof. That mother, when it was spinning, and it stopped spinning. And I looked, and I kicked the window out and looked, and there was my house. I was like, oh fuck, man. And but yeah, when the police got on the scene, like I said, the car was right in front of our house. We lived in a neighborhood that was basically a 1-lane road. Like if you met a car on it, like y'all kind of had to like slow down and get over a little bit and pass each other. Like it wasn't a full 2-lane road, you know. And man, I tell you what, I shout out to them because they didn't tell on me, but they was this couple that lived in the house that I hit the culvert. There was a couple that lived there, but I know them my whole life. And their mama, the couple's, the wife, I mean the woman, her mama and sister and all of them lived next door. You know, it was there was a lot of families on that street. And man, old girl happened to see me through the kitchen window when I done it. And she didn't tell on me, man. All she had to do was go down there and tell him, hey, I seen him do it. He come right through my front yard and flipped it. And then I watched him. And, man, she never told on me. Jenny Lanier's sister, I can't think of her name. Mary Ann. No, not Mary Ann. Oh, hell, I don't know. She was married to some big old dude, John. I can't think. Anyway, that's been a long time, but yeah, man, my brother, he was gonna kill me over that car, boy. And like I said, that car was a legend in New Hope, man. It would run like a scalded dog, and I put her on down. I sent her to the boneyard, baby. My daddy it was madder than a motherfucker, boy. Man, boy, I tell y'all, I done some shit, man. Just That's just one of them. Man, listen. I tell y'all some stuff, man. I've been into every kind of situation they ever been, at least once, somehow. But anyway, I'm gonna get on. Y'all be good.